first time I used film was 1966 in a piece called 16mm Earrings. I sang a phrase with a guitar, and then a tape of that came on and overtook it. It became more and more distorted, and then after that it turned into a loop, and that became part of the overall sound environment.
The excitation of the sexual zones is experienced as a current, as itching, as flushes, waves of sensation.
And then the next event was an intercut speech of some Reichian, something from Wilhelm Reich, The Function of Orgasm, and also a very kind of ironic description of a large movement, beautiful big dance that I was supposed to be doing, and I was doing this very little, like nothing little movement in relationship to that. So it had a kind of humor and irony to it.
The movement should be large, spatial. The body moving in one piece. A full rotation of the hip, a high leap stopped in air, and a progression toward the ground. Lips, forehead, nipples, anus, penis, mucous membranes of the vagina.
And that speech went on, and after that, the first three words of that became a loop, and that became the second loop, and so that became more of the environment.
He had erections during the session, and a powerful impulse to have an ejaculation. Now the contractions of the pelvis, the upper part of the body, and of the abdomen were the same as they are experienced in the orgastic clonus.
There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different. There are certain areas of the surface which show fundamentally different.
I'm really enjoying working on film because it's just so much like writing music. It makes so much sense to me. It's starting to make more and more sense to me. And I'm always at the mercy, you know, when you're a performer, you're always in a very vulnerable position, which I enjoy. It's not that I don't love to perform, and I'll probably always perform. I mean, I really like that live, you know, kind of off-balance thing that performing is. But I also have a need right now to have a little bit of distance. And I really very much enjoyed the process, the musicality of images. And, you know, I feel that that's something that a lot of people aren't working with in film. That images are also musical, and the way that they're put together is musical. The film was used as, well, it was as if it was part of the landscape. It wasn't the way that people usually project film. Like, for example, there was a film of my head that was projected on a big, like a dome. For me, I guess it was just that it was the first time that I was able to really integrate these elements of sound, image, and then movement, but put that in proportion, you know. In other words, I knew I was on to something for a long time of realizing that for me, just abstract movement was not what I wanted to do at all. And I kept on reaching for it, you know, and kept on knowing that there was some form that I was looking for that had all the elements that people could see different worlds simultaneously, like the world of objects would have its own integrity, and the world of movement would have its own integrity, and the world of speech and the world of you know, vocal music or sound.